adjusting my audio right now, so if you cannot hear me, let me know, alright? Okay, so everyone, you can hear me clearly, right? Yes? Nice. Okay, thank you. C. Hello guys, I'm gonna be your sub teacher for today, and I will be teaching you guys writing, right? So let's go with some brief introduction. My name is Phương Vi, or you can call me Serena. I'm gonna type it in the chat. It's gonna be Syrena, right? That's my name. Alright, let's go with the first round introduction, right? I see some people here. Let me just try to see everyone here. Okay. So, Bảo Quỳnh.
Yes, teacher.
Alright. Hello. Can you please introduce yourself a little bit?
Um, my name is Marwan. I'm in grade 12. I live in Ho Chi Minh City when I was born. Then I study IELTS for to get to the university.
I see. Nice.
Yeah.
Thank you. So, Win, what do you do in your free time?
Mostly I listen to cute and soft music to wind down.
Alright, I see. Thank you.
Thank you, teacher.
Okay, so that was her introduction. Let's move on to the next person. I'm just going to choose like a random person, alright? Let's see. So, um, Đông Duy Nguyễn, Nguyễn Duy Đông or Nguyễn Đông Duy, right? Hello? Hello, are you still here with us? Hello? Hi. No? Okay, so I'm just gonna skip you and move on to the next one. Duy Nguyễn Trần Nhật.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So introduce yourself a little bit before we move on to the main parts of the lesson, alright?
My name is Nguyễn Trần Nhật Duy. I'm a student and I live in Ho Chi Minh City.
So what do you do in your free time?
I play game online.
Oh, okay. So what games do you play? What games do you play?
Uh, um, I play so many games. Um, I can say, um,
Okay, give me.
dance,
Oh, sorry, what?
football game.
Oh, okay. Ah, I
Uh,
see.
um, some open world game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah. MMO, right?
yeah, MMO and
Okay.
FPS. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
First person shooter, right? Alright, thank you. That was interesting. So let move on to another person. Let me see. How about Thanh Phương? Are you here with us?
You call me, right?
You are Đặng Thanh Phương, right?
Yes, it's me.
Okay. Yeah. So can you please introduce yourself a little bit?
Um, I'm sorry today lost my voice.
No worries.
I want to introduce myself is I'm a 30, 31 years old woman and not living in Vietnam right now. And I'm studying for IELTS for applying for the school to back to school.
Wow,
Yeah.
nice. What are you intending to study?
Accounting.
Oh, I see. Nice, accounting. So where do
Yes.
you live at the moment?
Right now in Alberta in Canada.
Ah, I see. Wow. Okay. So how do you like it in Canada?
Yes, it's good.
It's
Not bad.
good. Nice. Okay. I heard that Toronto is one of the most expensive cities in.
Yeah, it's really expensive just right now, but before a few years ago,
Mhm.
and it's more expensive because the house price over there is overpriced.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Thank you. That was interesting. And final person, all right? Final person. Can, let me see. I will go with Phi Long. Are you here with us?
Yes.
Phi Long? Okay, so can you please introduce yourself?
My name is Wee Phi Long. I'm a student. I live in Long Xuyên. I do IELTS because
Okay, yeah. So why do you do IELTS?
for college.
Yeah, okay, college, obviously, right. Silly me. So which school are you going to, intending to go to?
Uh, I was intending to go to Swinburne, but I uh, Howard. Howard.
Okay, thank you. Now, let's move on to the most important part of the lesson, which is, actual studying. Okay, so the objective for today is that we are going to learn how to write for test 2, okay? So we will write about the to what extent do you agree or disagree kind of question, yeah? And then we will learn how to brainstorm a little bit to, avoid irrelevance, to make sure that you stay on the topic, right? You don't want to go off topic, because if you do, your score for task response would be very low, right? When you go off topic, right? And then we will learn from a model answer, right? To make sure that you guys understand how you should write and what language you should use, right? And then finally, last but not least, we need to learn how to organize our ideas properly, right? Okay, so let's look at these pictures, all right? Now, what are they doing? What are they thinking, right? I'm gonna put you guys into breakout rooms. Just give me a minute for me to create several of them. Okay, but for the meantime, in the meantime, I want everyone to think of the people in the pictures, right? And tell me what they are thinking and what's on their minds, what they are doing. Okay. All right. So as you can see, people can do a lot of things during their free time, right? They can chill on their couch, or they can work, well, play games, listen to music, and everything else. Okay. Now we will work in groups one more time. All right. Just one more time. Everyone, please join back to your previous group. Don't leave. Just mute the class, right? Yeah. Don't mute this one. This is the main one, like this one with everyone. Don't mute it, but mute the small groups, okay? When you finish, when I say time's up, you guys should mute the group, the small one. Yeah? So you don't have to go in and out. let's discuss these questions. All right, you guys will ask. You guys will look at this writing task, and then you will underline the key ideas. Okay, and then discuss the question. To what extent do you agree or disagree? Okay, and then I would like you guys to write down or like assign someone to become your typer, okay? And let that person note down every single idea that you guys think of, all right? So for example, for the first group, we have 1, 2, 3 people over here. Maybe Yim, right? You could be the typer, and the rest of you could throw ideas at her, right? So she could write it down in the chat of your own group, yeah? So is everyone clear of what to do?
Teacher, so I must write the idea on the textbook of the small group.
So you type your ideas in the small group, right? Your group.
Yes, thank
Oh,
you, teacher.
no worries. Okay. All right, everyone. I will give you guys 3 minutes this time. This is gonna be the prompt that you will have to work on. So I'm gonna mute myself right now, and I'm gonna join into your other groups. Okay. I will be listening. So make sure that you work. You guys have been discussing.
I will discuss about what we will say if we write this essay, and we decide that we will talk about the effect of electronic inventions, how it affect on people activity today. Like people use a mobile phone or laptop to watching TV or chatting or using Facebook or listening to music or watching YouTube, and they spend most of time using this computer or television, so they don't have a time to do exercise or uh, running or working to make their health better. And we talk about the effect on of the less and we talk about the effect on our health if we do less exercise. Like we will have more disease like diabetic or cardiac disease and something else. That's all, teacher.
Oh, that is very informative, right, guys? Yeah, I really like the idea of the increasing rate of diabetes, right? Yeah, it's something that
Thank
you
you,
should
teacher.
try to emphasize. Okay, is there anything that your group wants to add, or can I move on to another one? No? Okay, let's move on to the second group. Let's see. So, Lang, Lang, Hong, and Tâm, right?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, so can you guys please tell me what you guys discussed earlier?
Actually, at first we have 4 people. Then Nguyên Lê, I don't know why she cannot join. Sometimes the second time she joined, but she cannot speak, so only I and Hong share the opinion. So we both agree that they're using a lot of time to electronic invention will affect to their health because they spend a lot of time with the computer. So they not go out, they not practice physical practice. So it will affect to some disease, for example, the eyes, weight, uh, and a lot of disease come from the reason that you spend a lot of time with the TV or computer. And we're talking about what should we do because we live in the period that we have to use the computer. So the solution could be we have a break during the time we use the computer. For example, after 1 or 2 hours, we take a break and go out working. If we can go out for shopping, so we should go out. We try to live in the IT community, but should combine the physical together with the using computer.
All right, thank you. That is very informative as well. So she also mentioned the fact that you have to use the computer with regulation, right? You have to monitor your the amount of time that you spend on the computer, as well as you need to go out and exercise or do other things, right? To allow yourself some relaxation and away from the screen, right? Some time away from the screen. All right, thank you. And the next one, the next group is gonna be, you see, hold on, let me just look at the group. Lê Mai Khánh Chi, Mạnh Lê, Nguyễn Thị Thanh Nguyên, Phương Anh Nguyễn Vũ, right? And Trần Bảo Vinh. So, who is gonna be the representative of this group? The person who's gonna speak?
Yes, me.
Okay, yeah, sure. Go ahead.
My whole group agree that electronic invention could do more harm to our health. First of all, you spend too much time on computer or television could affect to your eyes. So make your eye have a soft shine and make you can see clear if you see if you attack with electronic long time. Then the next thing if you sit in the wrong position, it can affect your spine and your neck, lead to arthritis. Yeah, and if you do not do enough exercise, but you sit in front of computer all day, that's what happened. To prevent this, we need to control your time on electronic device. You only spend about 3 hours to entertain or work, and should spend about 1 hour a day to do exercise. Now go out, and yeah, that's all. Yes.
All right, thank you very much. So you guys basically have the same idea with the other groups, but you added one more, right? Which was the damage that this can do to your spine, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that is what we call spinal deformity, right? Deformity. I'm gonna type the word into the chat. So spinal is your spine, right? Your spine. And deformative, right over there. It means the stage in which the spine is not straight anymore, but it's rather like curved, right? Do you see it? Okay, I sent it. Okay, and the last group, do you have anything to add, or do you guys have anything to add? Hello, the last group would be Phi Long, Thế Nam, and Đức Duy. Do you guys have anything to say or to add? Okay, let's look.
Yes, maybe.
Oh, okay, sorry.
So like a lot of practical tests show that both like electromagnetic waves from like your computers does not affect you like our bodies much, but is for a lot of people, or for people that work so much with the computers, like IT or programmers, um, like there are a lot of signs of like darkening and wrinkling skin, like your skin can become worse, and a lot of darkening things happen to your face. And yeah, I think that's like a small ideas that my team have.
All right, thank you. Very refreshing. Someone else with completely different idea, right, comparing to the rest. Thank you. Okay, so most of you agree that sitting in front of the computer for too long can have detrimental effects on your health, right? Detrimental mean very bad. Yeah. So let's move on to the next part. Now, brainstorming. Do you agree that people do less physical activity than in the past? Why or why not? This sounds like speaking part 3, right? Yeah. So let's see. I'm just gonna practice a little bit of speaking with you guys. Yeah. Speaking part 3. Do you know how to do it? Should, right? Okay. So I'm just gonna roll call someone. Phương Anh, Nguyễn Vũ Phương Anh.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, so Phương Anh, do you agree that people do less physical activity than in the past? Why or why not?
I think that people don't do less activity than in the past. They do more activity. First off, because in the past, like just 10 years ago, maybe, there were no phone, not common like this day. So, oh no, 10 years, maybe 20 years before. They don't use phone or laptop very often. So there are not a lot of activity that they should do that they do when they having free time. So I think that in that free time they do physical activity and maybe reading books. That's all.
Okay, so you agree, right, that people do less physical activity now, right, than they do in the past, right?
Yeah.
Okay, because they had more free time and the people back then didn't have any phones or electronics. So they spent more time reading books or playing outside. Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Now, number 2. What areas of people's lives have modern inventions affected in this way? Right? So, for example, agriculture or the business or the economy, right? Sorry, the economy, or the finance, right? Which areas? See, the next person. This question is a bit difficult, right? I'm gonna ask Philam. Okay, so can you please answer the second question?
Usually cities, uh, modern cities.
Oh, no. Not the areas where people live, right? When you talk about areas of people's lives, you're talking about the aspects of their lives, right? Not the location. Okay, so I'm gonna change this question a little bit to make it easier for you. Do you think that people's relationship changed when phones and laptops and PCs were invented? Do you think the way that people interact with each other has changed over the last few years?
Yes, because I think people don't people use phone to
Okay, so Philam, I'm gonna give you some minutes to think about this question. I'm gonna ask another person, right? 10M, are you here with us?
Yeah.
All right, Nam, so can you please answer this question? Have people's relationships been affected by the invention of
I think yes,
electronics?
because of modern dating and social media.
Okay, can you be more specific? How has it changed people's ways of interaction?
Where people used to go outside to socialize with people, but nowadays they only need to open up any apps that give us live video chat and things like that.
Okay,
Yeah,
so do you think it's easier for people to make friends nowadays? Or is it easier for people to make friends back in the days?
I think this is easier to make friends nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
Like have so much friends.
All right, thank you. So as you can see, people's communication, right, has been affected by the inventions of electronics. Yeah, so how we interact with each other. What else? Can you guys think of other things? How about people's health? Is it better or worse? Um, anyone? I'll give you guys a chance to volunteer. Raise your hands if you want to answer this question. So do you think people's health have also been affected? All right, so yeah, go ahead and answer the question, Dan. TV. Oh, sorry, you're muted.
Hi, its effect on the health because the blue light is effect on the eyes and the postures for you when you're sitting on the couch you lying down on the bed to watching something on social media on and the phone on the hand. Its effect on the neck and the hand, like tendon on the hand. Yes. So almost people just lying down and or sitting down, so it's not good for the health. And listen music is too loud, too loud, so make them ears problem. Yes, over.
All right, thank you. So overall, people's health is getting worse, right, because of the invention of electronics. Do you guys agree? Okay, Vũ Đức Duy, do you have any other ideas that you want to add?
I think no.
No? Okay, thank you. Alright, and number three. So, actually for number two, we have health, we have communication, right? How about education? Education and, what is it? Education. Yeah, let's talk about education. Is it better with or without electronics? Okay, Home, can you please answer this question?
Yeah, I think for education is electronic equipment is help people for information easier for studying. But of course, people should control the timing when working with electronic. Yeah,
Okay, so thank you. Do you want to add anything else?
yeah, I think no idea only.
Okay, thank you. Right, so as you can see, he said that...
Yes, I had some idea for
Okay, yeah, sure.
for the education. I think it have a negative effect if we can control. If we don't have good enough control. Example, when young people have have a phone, and if we use it correctly, we search information, or we are studying far from homes online, it's good. But when we can control the time we use the 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 modern invention like TV or cell phone, it takes too much time for that. So it's a negative effect.
Alright, I see. So according to her, is negative when it comes to the education, right? It's good and bad at the same time. Yeah, depending on how you use it and what you use it for. Did someone say something? Okay, so moving on to the last question. If you agree that people do less physical activity, do you agree that this has had a negative effect on their health? Now, I don't think that we need to discuss this question any further because you guys already gave like answers to these questions, right? Diabetes or eyes problems, ear problems even, right? And spinal deformity, yeah? So there are so many drawbacks in terms of the health, right? The people's health. Okay, so we have some ideas to mention when we actually write about this topic, right? So we know that people do less physical activities nowadays because of the electronic devices, right? And people's health is also getting worse and worse every day, right? Day by day, because we don't do enough physical activities. Yeah. And then for some fields of civilization, right? You can see that is very positive. Yeah, it has positive effects. However, on the other hand, if you can't control the amount of time you spend on the PC or those electronic devices, it will leave detrimental effects, right? So that's a word, detrimental. It means bad. It just means bad. I'm just going to type it in the chat so you guys can see it. Okay, so detrimental, right? Detrimental effect. Yeah, it means bad effects. But we use this term to describe bad things. Detrimental effects, detrimental consequences, and stuff. Alright, moving on to the next one. C. So here is some like sample answers, right? So most of you agree on the same thing with weight gain. Now, this word, fatigue, over here, yeah, in this one, right? It means your body is tired, right? To the point that it cannot work anymore. Yeah, so your body doesn't really want to like do anything because your muscles are too tired to do anything, right? Fatigue. Okay, so sleep problems or sleep deprivation over there is a very good word to use in your writing and your speaking when you're talking about, health problems. And insomnia, it means you lose sleep. You cannot sleep at all, right? So do you guys suffer from insomnia? Like anyone? Like you cannot sleep at all at nighttime. You stay awake all day, right? And then when you go to bed, you cannot sleep, right? Insomnia. Anyone? So no one suffer from this issue? It's a good thing. It's a good thing, right? And musculoskeletal. Skeletal is your skeleton, right? Muscle. This is your muscle. Yeah. So degradation. Degrade is like it's getting worse, right? Yeah. So basically, your body, your bones as well, your muscles, they degrade. They get worse, right? Okay, moving on to the next one. So, do you think people who do physical work or do a sport have better health than other people? Now, I think for this one, we all agree that people who do sports, right, some sort of sports, would be much healthier than those who spend their time on the laptop. Oh, not at all. Really? Okay, so we have a person who disagrees. So can you please explain why you disagree with this one? I mean, you disagree with me, sorry.
They still have some problem about the muscle or the spinal. Yes. Like if some guys working outside like constructor, they almost have problem about the spinal and the muscle when they're working, and because they're working in not good condition or like weather, so they have the problem also about the nose and the neck pain too.
Oh, I see. So they might suffer from physical injuries, right?
Yes.
Or yeah, accidents and stuff like that. I see. Good point. Okay, so generally people who do sports and work physical jobs might have better health, right? So we use the word might, yeah, because not everyone who does sports would be healthier than those who don't, right? Okay, and number 5, let's see. Number 5, Mạnh Le, are you here with us?
Yes, I'm here.
Alright, so how might working with computers or watching television affect people's health?
I think the eyes, if we spend too much time staring at the screen, it will make you have a short sight eyes. Yeah, and it spend too much in the computer means you can not go anywhere. You just sit there and all day, so you will have of
Obesity, right?
obesity. Yeah,
Yeah.
and you can have some disease like a heart attack or stuff, and you don't do exercise, so you will have some weak muscle, so you can not on the job well. Yeah, that's all I think.
Okay, so thank you. That is very insightful of you. Now, we know that if you stare at the computer screen too much, you will get eyes problems, right? For example, you get nearsighted eyes, right? Yeah, so you have to wear glasses like me and most people nowadays, right? And your weight, in terms of your weight, you might become obese, right? You might suffer from obesity when you sit all day without exercising or working out or eating healthily, yeah? So obesity, nearsighted eyes, right? Your eyes can also become dry. You get dry eyes, right? And in the long run, it will probably become like infection or even inflammation. Yeah, it depends really. It might not be that terrible, but it happens. And for the heart attack, I definitely agree with you. And we have a better word to call it, right? This is a very specialized word. It's a technical term. Anyone? It has something to do with the heart. So we say this word. Let me just. Yeah, cardiac. There we go. So this is the full version of it, right? Cardiovascular. Yeah, it means to relate to the heart and the blood vessels. Yeah, it's a very specialized term, and we use it with the word disease, right? So cardiovascular disease means diseases that are related to the heart and the blood vessels, right? Disease. Yeah. So cardio means your heart, and vascular means, the blood vessels. Just like the word previously that we saw earlier, this one, right? Musculoskeletal over there. Musculo is your muscular. It is from the word muscle, right? And skeletal is from the word bone. So degrade means to get worse. So this collocation, they go together. Yeah, they go together. Just like the word sleep deprivation, they also go together to become a collocation about health. So I would suggest you guys to write down the word fatigue, right? Sleep deprivation, insomnia, musculoskeletal degradation, right? And cardiovascular diseases. Okay, so write down these words. Make sure that you put it in the category in your notebook. And it should be in a separate one, right? About health problems. These are health problems. Yeah. so we learned about the, effects and the fields, the areas that electronics could affect people's, like communication, family bond, or health, right? People's health and education, right? Okay, so eye strain is another word that you were thinking about, right? Eye strain. It means your eyes feel very tired and they are dry. Yeah. Premature death. Premature death. It means you can die young. That's all, right? Premature. This is like another like medical term to describe people who die at a very young age, right? Premature death. All right. So in those are the words that you guys should note down somewhere in your notebook separately regarding the health problems, right? You guys will see these words like a lot when you talk about health problems, yeah? Especially the word sleep deprivation, because there will be like lots of readings about those. Insomnia also, it means you cannot sleep at night, yeah? You cannot sleep at all. Premature death, another one, like a very common collocation about health. Okay, that's it. If you want me to like go back to the slides, you can take a picture or a screenshot, let me know. But right now, you just raise your hand, so just like type in the chat so I know, right? Okay, so next we're gonna look at those sentences on the screen over here, yeah? And tell me which one you think that is relevant and which one you think that is irrelevant, doesn't relate to the topic, right? I want you guys to again work in groups. Oh, sorry, in your breakout room, right? So discuss the sentences to see whether they are relevant or irrelevant with the topic, right? Our topic is the previous one. Let me just show you right there. Right, so this is the topic. Yeah, electronics and people's health. That's it. So, is it relevant or is it irrelevant? Work in your own group. I'm gonna mute myself.
Number one is irrelevant because
Yes.
we talk about people health, not uh, common form of entertainment.
Yeah, I agree with you.
So about number two, it is relevant.
Yes, maybe it's
The first sentence is relevant to the topic that we are talking about. I think it's the start, the beginning of the essay is relevant.
Oh, I think number one is irrelevant because it's just compare the computers and television. I think it is not necessary for the essay. Yeah.
So number one is irrelevant, right?
Yeah, yeah, I think so.
Okay, how Let me see again. Oh my God. Yes.
And I think number 2 is relevant. If you want to disagree with the topic.
Yes, like how is the effect on the health of the people, right?
Yes.
Yes, so we have number 1 is 11, irrelevant, sorry.
Yes.
And
number 2 is
yeah, number 2 is relevant.
relevant.
Number 3 is irrelevant because it's just talk about like how positive people working on the computer. In general, people like working with computer, so they find works more enjoyable. So it's not about the health.
Okay.
Yes, so we have 1 is I and 2 are and 3 is I.
Yeah. People have us.
Anyone here in the group have another
Opinion?
option? Just speak out. Okay, this is my answer. Yes, me, Diễm Chuông and me just agree about this because as far as work is concerned, so like worker when they sitting down and
Okay, everyone, go back to the main room, mute your breakout room. Okay, so let me see. I would like to hear your opinion on the first one for Lan, can you please tell me your answers, your group's answer?
My group answer for the first question is irrelevant.
Irrelevant. Can you explain why?
Because we are talking about a topic that the impact of the computer, I mean the invention. Um, we are talking in general about the invention. What can I say? The computer and television is cause of to the people. We're not talking separate about the computer or television, right?
Okay, go on.
Yeah. So we think we are talking even you use the computer or you use television so much, it affects to the health. So we not compare the computer and television popular using.
Oh, okay. So it's irrelevant, right? Because we're talking about health and computers or electronics, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, I see. And for the second one?
For the second one, we think is relevant because we are talking about the effect for using computer. So one of it is for office employee. Yes, they have to work sitting down, and they use the computer a lot. So it's relevant to the topic.
All right. And for the third one?
For the third one, we I have enough of time to discuss. But for myself, I think is irrelevant because I didn't see any element talk about people like working with computers, so they enjoyable. They find their work enjoyable. I haven't seen something like that in the topic.
I see. So you don't see the connection, right, between this sentence with the, yeah?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So do you guys agree or disagree with Lang? Do you guys have any other opinions? Okay, raise your hands if you want to add or, adjust something or you disagree with her completely. If not, I'm going to show you guys the answers and I'm going to explain. Alright, so it seems like everyone agrees, right? Now let's see. So this is our answers. For the first one, I feel like it would depend on the person. Some people say it's irrelevant, right? But if you make it relevant, this is how it should work. You would say young people, computers have become a more popular form of entertainment than television, right? And then you will explain how people have been spending a lot of time on their computer, especially the young people, yeah? So if you mention how young people have been spending a lot of time on the computers, thus all of the, disadvantages and drawbacks and health demerits, right? So if you make it relevant, you need to mention how this has affected the young people, especially their health, right? For the second one, we all agree that, excuse me. Okay, sorry. For the second one, we all agree that it's relevant, right? It's relevant. So no, for number 3, it is irrelevant and Lang already explained. Moving on to the next one, you guys will have to work in group one more time. So I'll show it over here. Alright, so you guys can mute this one and start discussing in your group, right? Sorry guys, wait, hold on. Before you discuss with your groups, we had a question. Someone asked why is relevant for number 2. Okay, so number 2, right? Let me just go back one more slide there. Number 2 is relevant because, we will talk about how people who have been working on the computer for so long, right? And we want to say, it doesn't really affect. So we are disagreeing that computers or inventions like electronics have negatively affected people's health, right? So if you want to disagree, then use this idea to disagree, right? Because you say it has not changed at all. Yeah. So if you want to disagree, use the second opinion. Yes.
Sorry, just clicked wrong.
Okay. No worries. Alright, so that is why it is relevant. It's relevant if you disagree with the topic, right? It will be irrelevant if you agree with the topic. Okay, did it clear your concern? Okay, moving on to the next one. 4, 5, and 6. I will give you guys 2 minutes, so be quick.
Oh, I think number 4 is relevant. I think you can use it when you disagree with the topic.
Sorry, I didn't hear clearly because my connection is problem.
Yeah, I think number 4 is relevant, and we can use it when you disagree with the topic.
Yes, me too. Like fast food, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, people in here they eat almost fast food because it's they have no choice, you know. With all green foods, you have to pay a lot of money for them.
Wow.
And fast food is cheaper. Of course, and they because they have problem about health, so they not improve it.
Yeah.
Instead, they use the scooter trick to instead of walking just a small like road, they still use the scooter, so it's not good for the health. Yes. How about number 5? What do you guys thinking? Hygienic.
Hygienic.
Lifestyle, yes. Lifestyle have become more hygienic, tức là vệ sinh hơn. People do not touch so many infections and they live longer.
Inventions, does it concern with lifestyle?
Yeah, of course, they not like hygienic lifestyle. It make people not get like infection.
Do you think that electronic inventions is relative to
not
hygienic?
It's correct. Like the hygienic lifestyle is make people more live longer, but it's not connect with them. Yeah.
Yes.
With the past.
Yeah.
So it is I.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes,
I agree with you. Yeah.
So you think is number 5 is irrelevant, right?
Yeah.
So we have 4 is R, 5 is I.
Yeah.
And number 6, as a result, sports people have become fitter and they continue to break record. Do you guys understand break record?
No. Can you explain it?
Phá vỡ kỷ lục.
Oh.
Yes.
Fitter as a result.
It's not. It's yeah. I think so. Chen, can you speak out? Irrelevant, yes. So I think so. I agree with you guys about that. Maybe they gymmer or something. Okay, so we have.
All right. Everyone, please go back to the main room. Okay, so number 4. We heard the answers from the first and the second group, right? So let's move on to the next one. The one with Man Le and Zheng Baowen. So you guys choose one person to tell me the answers and to explain the answers.
In our we all agree it's relevant because people usually say that modern devices cause overweight, but it's not only the reason. People nowadays eat more food than the past, so is another reason to cause to harm the, to have a bad effect on people's health. So we think it's relevant.
Okay. So you think it's relevant, right? When you want to agree or disagree with the topic.
We disagree.
That's right. Thank you. And for the fifth and the sixth one?
We consider it's irrelevant because we can find the connection between scientific and the topic, and scientific is relevant because sport people is more scientific people who do exercise, and they come exercise become fitter and stronger, so they can practical. So we on the side of agree on the topic.
Okay, I see. So you think that the number 6 is irrelevant or relevant? It's like irrelevant, right?
Yes, relevant.
Okay. Thank you. So let me just show you guys the answer because we don't have a lot of time and I would like you guys to like write in like right now, right here, right? So over here, we're gonna have this idea as relevant because it's talking about health, right? And it's talking about modern inventions. So if you guys want to disagree with the topic, use this one, right? And for the other two, they are not relevant. They're irrelevant because we don't see any connections between these two and the topic. Okay, good job, guys. Now moving on to the next part. Let's see. So everyone, open your book on page 44. I shall give you guys 5 minutes to read the model answer and then discuss these questions with your group. All right? You have to tell me which paragraph summarizes the writer's opinions, right? Which one introduces the subject and says what the writer agrees with and what she disagrees with, right? And number 3, mention the factors which affect people's health. Yeah? So there are 3 things that you need to do. Identify the paragraphs plus, look for the factors that affect people's health. This is gonna be 5 minutes, and then we will move on to the actual writing test. Oh, sorry, task, not a test. Yeah, we're not testing anyone today. All right, 5 minutes. There you go, dog. All right, guys, feel free to start speaking, right? Read and then answer the questions. Okay, guys, if you have enjoyed any classes, make sure that you do, right? The links are in the chat box. So if you're still like lonely, lonesome loner, make sure that you join one of those classes, right? The link is above in the chat. Just scroll up.
So we have to discuss, right?
Okay.
Summarize the writer option is the last one in conclusion.
Yeah. the writer's opinions is he disagree with the statement that people do less physical activity due to electronic inventions, and this is having a negative effect on their health. The writer disagree with this statement, and he think that uh, um, other thing can affect on people's health.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So, in conclusion, he just concludes about the agree and disagree.
Yeah.
How about the number 2 subject? Introduce the subject and say what the writer agree with and she disagree with. So it should be on the graph 2.
Yeah.
2 is okay. Number 2 is it's agree, right?
Agree with.
Yes, like talking.
I think paragraph 1, he introduced the writer introduced the subject and say that he disagree with. I think paragraph 1.
Okay, guys. Please go back to the main room. Okay, so since we don't have a lot of time, right, I'm going to show you guys the answer so we can move on to the writing task. Let me see. Just change. Okay, so where are we? Right. For this one, right, you guys look at that one over there and you will have to look at the answers. Number 1, right? It's going to be in paragraph 5. Number 2, paragraph 1. And number 3, paragraph 4, right? So for the next one, we will look at the model answer one more time and then we will highlight the phrases that paraphrase, right? Show the opinion, introduce the topic, and emphasize the blame, the invalidity. So it basically means the invalid, right? Invalid. Doesn't matter. It doesn't count, right? Let me see, where are we? I'm just going to show you guys the answer for this one because it's not that important. Alright, so the phrase that people use to paraphrase the essay prompt is this one, right? There is no doubt that. If you look at your book and then look at this phrase, you will see it, yeah? It should be in the introduction. There is no doubt that, right? And then it is uncertain that. It shows the author's opinion. As far as work is concerned, right, that is the introduction to the topic of the first body paragraph. And then, in fact, right? So the author used a lot of connecting devices, right, cohesive devices, in order to connect, to organize her writing so that it would sound better, it would flow more naturally, right? And then, yeah, for the conclusion, you can just simply say in conclusion, right? And then you will summarize your idea to use. Yeah. Okay. So there we go. Now this is going to be the main task for today. You guys are going to be writing within 20 minutes just for the introduction and the first body paragraph. Okay? The rest you will have to do it at home, and that will be your homework assignment. Okay, so first of all, everyone take a picture or screenshot this idea or just look at your book, right? It's in your book. Yeah? It's gonna be on the next page. Let me just...
Teacher, can you turn back again?
Oh, you want me to go back, like, to this one?
Yes.
Okay, there we go. Okay, do you guys, you got it, right? Now, if you want to know where the prompt is, it's going to be on the next page, on page 45, right? Exercise 4, you can see it over there. Yeah, so you guys have the prompt. Now, I would like everyone to write me the introduction. Yeah, I don't want to see anything that starts with nowadays. Don't use nowadays, all right? Imagine the examiner marking your writings, yeah? Like 20, 30 essays per 2 or 3 hours. And everyone starts with the word nowadays. So don't do it, yeah? Be creative and be different. So how can we be different? You can start by saying, what can we do? What can we do? Can you guys like comment in the chat and tell me your favorite way to start your introduction? Okay, I'll give everyone 2 minutes. Let's go. Meanwhile, I'm gonna create a Google Doc so that everyone can go in here and, start working. Excuse me. Okay, I'm gonna send you guys the link to the Google Doc, yeah? And then everyone, you will write your name before you type anything. And then you will type your answer, your introduction, over here. Here you go, everyone. Click on the link. Okay, do you see the link? Can you click on it? Does it work? It should. Okay, when you see the link, I would like everyone to write me your name. For example, I will put it out here. This is gonna be me, right? This is gonna be teacher. Okay. So you guys have the right to edit. Hello.
Ask for permissions.
You don't have the permission?
Yes, I don't have. I can go to the document.
Okay, so let me see. You are currently the only viewer. So share. Yeah. Say essay. Text critically or anyone with a link, and they can. Okay, let me just try this again. How about this one? Is it better? Is this? Oh, wait. Sorry. Yeah, this one should be working. Done. Okay, don't use that one. Use this one. Use the next one. Yeah. Can I see this one? No, I cannot. Okay, use the last one and see if you guys can type anything. Let me know. Oh yeah, I can see you guys. Yeah. Okay, everyone is here. Nice. Okay. So write your name. Yeah. Okay, make sure you give yourself some space. Don't write in other people's space, right? Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Nice. All right, everyone. Get cracking. So you need to highlight the keywords in the prompt and then paraphrase them using the synonyms, right? Okay. How will you do this? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there are 10 people so far. Okay, guys, you guys can start writing the introduction. Yeah, just write down your name and then type the introduction just like, you know, beside your name, like next to your name. Page 45. I copied it and pasted. Oh, look, that's gross. Hold on. Paste. What? Oh, there we go. Thank you. No. Oops, sorry. Yeah, it is a bit chaotic. Okay, there we go. Okay, everyone, so the prompt is in the beginning of the slide. Sorry, of the Google Doc, right? So you guys can just scroll up and you see it. If you think about like starting the introduction with the word nowadays, you change it, right? So my favorite is it is widely accepted, right? Or it is commonly known that, right? Or it is a widespread acceptance that, and then, you know, just write whatever you need to write. Okay, so this is my favorite. You guys can use whatever you want. Yeah, but avoid using nowadays. Nice. I saw someone use the word detrimental effect. Well done. Is it okay if we are a little bit late? Like, can I ask for another 10 minutes? So we will finish at 9:45. Is it okay? Does anyone have any objection? It means you don't want to stay here for another 10 minutes. Just let me know, right? If you're busy, you can leave the class, but make sure that you will finish the essay on this one, yeah? And then send it to your official teacher, whoever that is. or disagree with us, okay? You can say I partially to say I 50-50. I don't agree or I don't fully disagree, okay? So remember to say I strongly or I firmly agree. To say I fully, I strongly, right? Agree or disagree, right? And if you are 50-50, if you don't fully agree or you don't fully disagree, you can say I partially, right? Agree or disagree. And then I will show you guys to do your body paragraphs if you partially agree. Okay, so let me just tell you guys how to do this. I'm gonna send this file to the group right now so everyone can see it. How do I like attach files? Let's see. Oh yeah, I'm just gonna do this here. Okay, so if you guys click on the link, right, you will see there will be like a sample structure that you guys can follow to do this type. If you partially agree or disagree, make sure that in your first body paragraphs, you will give the reasons why you agree. And then in the second body paragraph, you will mention why you disagree. Okay, so if you 50-50, you can do that. For those people who say I fully or I strongly agree, right? You need to give the reasons why you fully or strongly agree. Yeah? And if you disagree, you will have to do the same thing. So if you fully agree, don't just mention the reason why you agree in the first body paragraph and then you move on to the second and say why you disagree. Because that will be conflicting yourself. It's like you're slapping yourself in the face because they are not consistent, right? The ideas are conflicting each other, fighting each other. Okay, let me see. Okay, you guys are taking way too long to write one introduction. If you guys take like 10 minutes writing the introduction, you're not going to have time to complete the rest. Okay, so finish the introduction and move on to the first body paragraph, alright? While you're doing this, I'm going to go around and look at your essays or you're writing, okay? So move on to the first body paragraph. Remember to include a topic sentence, yeah, to start your first body paragraph. There is no doubt. I'm gonna mute.